Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to be taking a very quick look at the Transformers Legacy Generation Selects Deluxe Class Beast Force Sandstorm. The figure is of course a minor retool slash major repaint of Kingdom Scorponok, and I actually think it's really cool that we are in fact going to be seeing more Beast Force characters going forward for the Legacy line. I thought that we were pretty much done when we sadly wrapped for Kingdom, but I do know there are rumours of an upcoming Tarantulas as well as Inferno, so really excited to see as to what those guys have in store for us. But we're starting off the Beast Force portion of the Legacy characters here with a repaint today, and a pretty decent repaint I may add. Now for those of you who own Scorponok and perhaps are not all that mad about the mold, then you're still not necessarily going to love Sandstorm here, as for the most part he is identical besides in one major area, that being the head sculpt. Now as you will recall, we have in fact actually seen variations of Beast Wars head sculpts in the past, most noticeably would be with Black Arachnia, Shadow Panther, as well as of course the most recent mutant Tigatron, and they've all had this rather toy accurate inspired head, and that's exactly what they've gone for here with Sandstorm. I think it looks really nicely done. Of course, a homage to that original Beast Wars Scorponok toy, and I think they've nailed the look of this. You can see in regards to the mandibles there in the center, looking super awesome, and dare I say, this head sculpt may in fact actually be slightly cooler than the head that already came with Scorponok. Sadly, you can't in fact actually split it down the center like you could on the original toy, but in regards to a sculpt, it definitely looks really nicely done, and I wouldn't mind indeed actually seeing this repacked on just a standard Scorponok in the purple color scheme, as I think this here looks really cool. But other than the head sculpt, the rest of the body is identical to Scorponok. Sandstorm doesn't look too bad though. I do like the color distribution. I like the orange as well as the beige that we've got going on, as well as the subtle bursts of purple highlights, and the detailing here for the lower section actually looks really nice. Now one thing to note is that I personally do tend to disengage the torso joint, just as it not only allows for an almost ab crunch, but it also just extends his height ever so slightly, which to me kind of fixes the proportion issues that I found on the original version in regards to the legs. Of course that's completely up to you guys, but I definitely would just try it out and see how you do get on. In regards to accessories, he comes with the same double-headed missile that we saw on Scorponok, this time painted out of this wicked metallic purple. That there looks great, and we also do get the same Cyber Bee, once again just repainted here for Sandstorm. I have also opted to leave the legs out like this, as personally I just find it to create a slightly more formidable look when in comparison to just storing them here on the back, and it doesn't compromise the articulation here of the Sting either, which is really nicely done. But overall I think that pretty much wraps it up here for Sandstorm in bot mode. I won't bore you guys all with the articulation, so let's very quickly bring out the Kingdom Scorponok, and then of course we'll take a look at the Scorpion mode. And as you guys can see, exactly the same as one another besides the head sculpt. But call me crazy, does the mistransformation here of the torso actually fix the proportion issues? I just think that when you take a look here at Scorponok, who has the torso pegged incorrectly, it really does make those legs look incredibly squat, whereas if we do indeed actually extend that, to me it kind of balances things out. So definitely give it a try, and be sure to let me know down in the comment section below whether or not you find it to also increase articulation as well as just improve the overall proportions of this guy. I do just think he looks slightly cooler with that ab crunch disengaged. But with all that being said, that was the comparison between these two figures. We shall very quickly go through transformations. So to begin with, you are of course just going to want to hinge up the shoulders just like this. We can then take this piece here and in fact actually hinge this out. I really liked the attention to detail that they did almost sculpt in a spark there, which was really nicely done. We can then just take the head sculpt and prop this section down just like so. What you'll then want to do is of course hinge these like this. We can then turn our attention here to the back, flip this panel up. Sadly, no brand new beast head, which is a slight shame, but nevertheless, I still think the beast head that we get is decent enough. We can then just fold that back, and then we turn our attention to this section, which if I recall correctly, you had to rotate like this, and then essentially this section came back upon itself, and then with this here, we rotated, hinged this up, and then this spike would be threaded through this portion of the tail, and then this would essentially just sort of hang like that. And then we can take the Scorpion legs here, orientate those like that, and there we have Sandstorm fully transformed up into the Scorpion mode, and once again actually not looking too bad at all. I think the colors really do suit this, and in some ways it is in fact slightly more authentic to how a real Scorpion looks when in comparison to just being completely purple. Of course the legs are a dead giveaway that it is a transformer, but I think for the main body portion not looking too bad at all. And you can see there that really cool skin texture detail that they applied for the majority of the Beast Wars figures. You can see for the head sculpt that looks great, but I would have loved it if they could have given us that toy accurate Scorpion head, or if they could have reverted updated back to solid 90s animation accuracy to give us that Scorponok head sculpt here for the beast mode, just as this here never really has done it for me, but it doesn't look too bad. You can see the orange mandibles as well as the red eyes, the same claws that we saw in bot mode, as well as the same legs, and of course we've got the scorpion tail there. So with all that being said, I believe that just about wraps up my very quick review here for Transformers Legacy Generation Selects Deluxe Class Beast Wars Sandstorm. I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. Most noticeably would be in regards to the mistransformation of the torso. Do you guys think that not only does it improve articulation, but also improves the overall proportion issue that I personally think plagued the original Scorponok figure? So definitely let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below, and also be sure to let me know on what you guys think of the new repaint, as well as of course that toy accurate / mutant head sculpt. I thank you guys all so much for watching, and until my next review, I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.